Good morning. My name is Patrick Lester, and I teach driver's ed and social studies at Phelps High School in Pike County. And my project, the title, that's about as creative as I get, slippery when wet. If y'all, I know some people saw that and thought, what in the world's that? But the project is about my driver's ed classes. I mean, we live, some of you are real familiar with Pike County roads. They are some of the most dangerous roads in the state. I drive a school bus every day on Route 194 and 632, and Kentucky ranks those as two of the deadliest two-lane roads in the state. And the things that I've seen as parents would scare you to death driving a school bus. You know, it's tough enough teaching teenagers driver's ed when they don't know how to put their car in gear and this and that, and you're like, oh, where's my little Gideon Bible, and you know, my Carrie Underwood Jesus Take the Wheels CD that I keep with me. But you know, our problem is I'm blessed to have driver's ed classes with a small number of kids. My school is a very small school, and they try to keep the number in driver's ed at 5 kids. All right, so that way when we're out driving, usually, I mean, if I have to send one somewhere, that's fine, but we can take the others in the car when we're out on the road. But the problem is the days that it's really bad out and I don't want to have them on the road. And, you know, you look for things to do with those kids, and you look for materials. Well, my problem is this. I ask for textbooks for driver's ed. Okay? So it took a while, and they finally came back and said, hey, Lester, we found you some textbooks. Had like a 72 Buick on the front of it, you know. And I'm thinking, we can do much better than this. And if any of y'all have teenage drivers out there, or any of y'all are teenage drivers, you know that the manual for Kentucky, it's no longer in print. It's online only. So, I went that route, and I made about 5 copies in color, 70-some pages, you know, and y'all know how ink is. It's like blood, you know, it's a valuable thing. So my grant is that I asked for 5 Galaxy Note tablets. Now, they could have been any kind, but that'll be fine for what I need it for. What we plan to do is load these up and make like little information hubs for my kids on days that they're in class. And they're going, and it includes, you know, things like the driver's manual, Kentucky driver's manual, and you would be amazed. Some of you may know this, but the insurance companies and the car companies like Toyota is huge in this. All the resources that they offer. I mean, it has things that's really good for parents. I have a 17-year-old daughter that's just starting to drive, and it scares the life out of me. And if any of y'all saw, you know, I was talking about two-lane roads. If any of y'all saw the News Express or the accident that happened in Pikeville last week where the car was cut in two, literally cut in two, and the guy from Tennessee died, I just want my kids to be the best drivers that they can. And if I feel like with these tablets and that's all it's going to be on them, they're going to be loaded down with driver's information. And another good thing about this also is if you've ever been on any of the YouTube sites that show stories about distracted driving and texting and driving and so forth like that, it's really good. It's something for those kids to see firsthand, like this kid that flipped his truck in Texas texting K back to his girlfriend and paralyzed him. Yes, paralyzed him. He was texting and driving. I mean, it doesn't take, y'all know the story. They say you can, you know, look down for a couple seconds and you've traveled like 3 football fields at, you know, 55 miles an hour. And so hopefully this will be like a great resource for my kids. Something they can really use, because like I said, I tell them all the time, just because you're old enough to drive doesn't mean you can drive. And, you know, if that's pretty much, mine's pretty simple, but it's going to be something that really helps us, thanks to KVIC, because I couldn't have this, you know, if it wasn't for KVIC. I know y'all feel the same way with this here and everybody else. But anybody have any questions?
You take a nerve?
Well... the stories I could tell. just last week I was going around this. It's a really bad curve before you get to Phelps High School, and it turns and goes toward this other place called Smith Fork. I know probably most of y'all don't know where that's at, but this little boy, he drove fine down the road. He was doing fine. You know, I have the brake on my side, thank God, and he just decides that he thinks that the route to travel is this other road to the right, and he just cuts it. And I was like, oh God, what are you doing? You know, and you grab the wheel and you pray and you do all that, and then you get the nerve pill, the Goodies headache powders. You know, camp mining, we're lucky because not all schools. I listen to y'all talk about your art programs and all this. We have none of that. We have no home ec. We have no art. We're blessed that Cam Mining bought us a car. It's not, I mean, we've had it several years. It's got like 30, 40,000 miles on it, but you know, that's fine for us. And we're lucky to have that because some schools, big schools, don't even have a driver's ed program. I think it should be in every high school because these kids need it. And as parents, you know that you get 10% off. A lot of insurance companies will give you 10% off for having driver's ed, and the kids don't have to take that 4-hour class if you take your transcript and show. So, but you know, that's, yeah, the nerve thing is it's legit. It is. But thank y'all.